Welcome to our following discussion on e-commerce website. This is follow up from the um, uh, easy commerce behavior. How would actually determine we need to understand basically the consumer behavior and follow up with that how we need to look into to improve the EC website. Also, what are the considerations we need to look into the EC website? Yeah, the function. Okay, so what is the main function of the EC? Okay, how they are going to serve the cyber consumers, and obviously the emphasis. Okay, is being placed on the obviously what are the classification of the websites available. uh, there is an informational type of website where they just merely provide those information about product and services, um, and the major purpose is to have the consumer's presence on the web. Okay, and the next one is the interactive website, um, providing a platform where they can actually perform their actions throughout the features, how they are going to communicate and disseminate those information to the rest of consumers involved. This may be done through newsletters, the product demonstration throughout the video platform, or simply writing blogs, right, where they get the feedback from other reviewers upon the product usage. Consumer discussion forum, having a group of consumers with the particular interest and maybe ability to search the site. Okay, uh, it's a part of the search button which normally appears right at the top right corner, which is actually a necessity tool, right, for a part of the interactive website. So those actually visiting for the next round, they would definitely, for example, try to put up a keyword through the search button. For example, I'm looking for a pen, uh, a pen for writing, and I just simply put up maybe a ball pen, for example, and I will be able to get back a full listing which is related to what I have typed, and this is also counted as one upon their query. And obviously those value added tools like those contributes during their decision making process whether they want to purchase it or not. For example, the currency converters, having those calculators to convert easily from that currency being displayed apart from the product, and you will be able to do some comparison maybe in the catalog, being instill the other information of how it is being sold previously, and maybe adding those information, real-time information, um, by having the current price being sold right now, and also calendars, right, to determine the exact date to receive the product. All right, so moving up next. Okay, basically the attractors. Okay, it's very important because those are the attractors of the website that will actually increase the level of interactivity among the consumers, and the features, all right, where you that involve to interact with the visitors in target stakeholders. For example, you may want to actually employ games, puzzles, contests, electronic postcards. um, this can be done through emailing listings to attract consumers towards the site. And the transactional website, okay, that purely sells products and services, okay, transact all those needed product, right, throughout the catalog system. And we do also have the collaborative website that mainly focus on knowledge. uh, uh, it is to construct information and also to share among partners. Basically, the EC website, it is actually primarily has the benefits to B2B perspective, business to business. Okay, the main major contribution it's actually to increase sales. And okay, lame website. Okay, obviously these the things that we actually need to get rid uh, on the EC. Okay, we need to make sure that uh, they don't actually keep the customer clicking away to competitors' sites. Meaning you need to actually keep the rapport of the consistency from the beginning, from the banner ad itself, or maybe with having a continuous uh, uh, pop-up ad or that actually trigger them to click towards the your main website, and keep server wondering about the product or service. The information being provided is not clear, fail to update regularly. It could be the information are not being updated, lack anything new or innovative. There's no upgrade of a version of the product being displayed, so it's good, has been quite some time the user doesn't like this. Waste visitors time with tedious forms. Sometimes when you're about to make payment, you do not need to make a lot of things or procedure uh, laggy. Users definitely don't like this. And waste homepage space with ugly graphics, very annoying with having those GIF graphics. That's not really encouraged. Common mistakes, all right. um, exclamation mark or commas in wrong place, misspelled words, pages laden with text. This is very obvious. All right, they don't like this. And then promises of things, requiring visitors to install some hardware or software before they do actually purchase the product or service. And then attempting to run the e-business with no reliable or verifiable log. So these are the detected common mistakes that we should avoid. So basically, to design an easy website, this is a checklist that a retailer can use to determine whether they have an efficient website that can serve their consumers. Are the elements placed uh, incorrectly? Is the information accurate? Is it current? Are the topics covered? Does each topic show a minimum of bias? Is the information hierarchy properly arranged? Should the heads that relate to the page be enlarged? Meaning those information be coupled and having its title. Should the fonts for the heading be made more readable? So it need to be more visible upon reading. Building easy website. Obviously, it's a very challenging because you need to have a clear understanding of your business objective. It's reflective. It has to be reflective, and you need to make sure you select a right technology or tools behind the easy site. So basically, there are some commitment needed for a retailer to make sure it's not just a part of to design a website, need to make sure those are the interactive features. For example, the payment gateway, how the payment being done, and before it is done, um, um, transmitting a form, online form, acquiring for information, or maybe a verification code to determine the user's profile, and then having the uh, tools being installed to track the information of users or being stored on the database. So those are the having those technology, and not to forget the payment gateway credit card organizations, having a mutual agreement with them. Okay, it's very important. And these are the basic basic step to create a website. So there are plenty ways of to create a free website. If you want to begin as a novel retailer in this e-market space, obviously that's one on Wix, a few more there you can actually try to explore. And very important to know the hosting. Okay, and that follow up with that, you need to register for a domain name, and create and manage the content, design the website, and obviously construct the site and test it. You may do some usability testing before actually officially run it through this net. Okay, these are the few secondary content that basically provide some marketing opportunities. For example, cross-selling. This cross-selling has to do with it's like a similar or substitute product being offered to increase the particular product sale. For example, a part of having the shirt to be sold, and let's say we are selling this to the consumer, and the retailer may want to add relevant information, for example, like having the pants being matched with the shirt. All right, so this is a part of how they substitute the current product to increase a sale. And another technique, upsell selling, meaning if you do have a version of the software being upgraded, or where those information or product being updated easily, so they are able to actually offer an upgraded version of the product. For example, coupon, rebate or discount, right? And let's see, this is basically a very important channel on payments. So these are the procedure involved. Basic requirement is to accept credit cards to show its credibility. They need to have the processing software, okay, which are able to accept uh, input and submitting back to the system, okay, upon creating a merchant account. And it's a necessity here to have this mechanism. And basically this is actually a CNP, and this is the steps involved. Okay, if you want to accept credit cards, you need to make sure you open a merchant account. A merchant account, meaning acquiring bank approval, they will go to certain formal procedures, making sure looking through those information through application being made, signing contract with those reliable credit card companies, those reputable ones, paying the bank and the card companies a setup fee, all right, upon the agreement. And ongoing costs for a merchant account include a percentage, is a certain percentage involved, and additional charges for other services, such as when customer credit is issued. Second step, obviously you need to make sure upon the agreement, after the agreement, the processing software. Obtain a credit card gateway. Those are the companies being involved there. For example, Authorize.net, Cybersource, Charge.com, that actually handle the payment gateway of the credit card systems. And they are being in charge to make sure they can accept those credit card numbers and manage their transfer back into and back from the credit card system. And the third one is actually how are they going to integrate the processing software into the transaction system. Obviously, how would they actually manage the flow of data between the transaction and consumer databases, and the script written to enable different components in credit card transaction to share the data they require. So basically, this is the procedure, a, a formal procedure involved in uh, to initiate a credit card processing system for the EC site. So that's it for the EC e-commerce website. So this is basically gives you a main foundation basically for those vendors out there, retailers. They can get important sites to actually start with the EC business.